Hello, everyone. I know I've been away for a while. I had to be away for some reasons. I'm back. So, welcome back to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we'll be talking about it's just the movie review. I know nobody sent me message, but I cannot watch this movie and not talk about it. I know you've seen it, the Under Siege movie written by Damilola Mike Bamiloye, where the cast are Mike Abdul, Gaze Baba, Grace Ticket, Dara Simi, Joshua, and so on and so forth. I'll just be talking about 2 to 3 characters. I know there are a lot of characters to talk about, but I mean, let me just dwell on 2 to 3 characters. 3 characters. I'll talk about. We'll be talking about Kolade. We'll be talking about Timi. And we're talking about the Reverend Kolade. Let me start with Kolade. Kolade, the pastor's son. I know there's this expectation and there's this notion that I'm a pastor Lumamba Jeju, meaning that the pastor's children are always the most spoiled or corrupt and all that. And there's always a reason for it. It's not that they just want to be spoiled or it's just a general thing, but there's this thing to it. And because of the role, because of how will I put it, Colade's role. And one thing I noticed is that those things we missed in our childhood, those things, that gap in our childhood, it ends up being a big deal in adults, such that it makes or mar you. And sometimes it's always the weakness, it's always the issue, it's always the big deal where we get to deal with when we grow older. Look at Colade's story now. Lack of attention from his father. That's what made him go into the group because he was seeking for attention. Of course, he has always loved music. Music is his thing. Music is his passion and his career. But because he didn't have that attention that he seeked from his father, it's one thing if you didn't have it all the way, like maybe when you were giving birth to, he didn't have it and all that, but he had it. But when his father was called into ministry, like was made a pastor, that's when the that attention was severed, and he yearned for it, but he didn't get it, and he seeked for this attention, and he got it somewhere else. Unfortunately, in the hands of the wrong people, and like most people, most young ones now, and people out there now, you are seeking for attention. It might not be even attention, but there's this you didn't get in your childhood, and that is what you are now yearning for now. You see that most people that bully people, they were bullied. I'm serious. People tend to treat people based on how they've been treated, and sometimes, I'm not saying all, I'm not saying this observation is not all the time. This observation is not, oh, this is how it is done normally, but I'm saying that 50%. Look at Kolade ended up being. Funny thing is that look at Kolade and Timmy. Now that's the scene I'll go to now. Timmy was saying that I would like to be like you, Kolade, and Kolade that knows the thing behind. He has gone into it before he knew that this thing is not for me. So look at how he was trying to tell Timmy, his friend, that guy, just keep being your church, but you cannot pay this sacrifice. Timmy did not understand. Timmy felt like the sacrifice was money. More, he was talking about money, but there are some sacrifices that are more than money. The sacrifices that is going to eat up your soul. And because Colady knew that, although he had entered into it, but he knew that this thing is wrong. Now I can't keep doing this. But because he has entered into it and he was finding a way out, he could not watch his friend Timmy go into it. And he was and the thing is that he could not open all his mouth to say it, but he was trying to give Timmy hints and all that, but Timmy was not getting it. So, dear young boy, dear young girl, whereby you see your friend is making it, quote and unquote, because Timmy felt like Colado was making it, he was traveling abroad and all that. There's something we call peace. See, no matter where you think your friend is, your friend is he has blown, she has blown, she's making it. At the end of the day, you're not always with them or when they are behind the closed doors, when they are just alone. And you find out that when you sit and hear them talk, you will find out that they lack this peace. Whereby you that you've not blown, you have this peace. You day your day, you're on your own lane, you have this peace. I wish many people, that's why I really want, if you've not seen this movie, please and please go and see this movie. It's for, like, the message there is for all and sundry. The message there is for all and sundry. I'll move to Timmy. And okay, like Colade eventually he wanted a way out. And I'm glad that he finally found a way out. Although he didn't find it from his father. And I'll move to his father, which is the Reverend. I like the fact that they didn't even try to sugarcoat it. They said it as it was, and they acted that role well. The fact that, and this is what happened most of the time. Your teenage girl gets pregnant, you send her out of the house. I cannot relate because I cannot relate. But I understand that you are hot. But where are you sending that child to? It's fine if you can punish the child. It's fine. I make the child, because I used to say that for every action there are consequences. If I'm talking to my niece, I have a niece that is a teenager. I used to tell her for every action there are consequences. So if you behave in a certain way, you should expect that there are consequences. So fine, your teenage daughter is pregnant. Don't send her out of the house. Sending her out of the house is worse. Yes, you are disappointed. Yes, you are hurt. Let her give birth to that child, and she'll bear the consequences. And that is the love of the father. And that is where the reverend's wife was trying to correct that. You used to preach to people that the love of the father is unlimited and all that. Yes, you the earthly father, you are not extending the same love and the same grace that God gives to us. You're not extending it. And that is where I would like to parents. Yes, oh yes, you can't relate, you can't, yes, I understand. But let anything we are doing, no matter the author or then our children authors, let the love be the basis of whatever punishment we are reeling out. I'm not against punishment though. Like I said, for every action there are consequences. Yes. But whatever consequences, whatever punishment you are ruling out, let love be the basis. If Kolade's father, yes, and Kolade tried to tell him that, oh, you are the reason I'm like this, you are the reason I'm looking for attention, the attention you didn't give me, I got it somewhere else and all that. But his father was thinking of what will people say. Sometimes extend that grace, extend that grace, extend that love to that person, and just sit back and say, okay, hey, this person has done this, but still let me punish the person in love. There's a way you can punish in love, there's a way you can correct in love. And talk about Timmy. Timmy didn't know what he had, he didn't know what he carried. He just wanted to make it. He wanted to blow like his friend. And many of us are like that. Many young people are like that. So you see your friend, you aspire to be like, especially when you're doing the same thing. You're in the same line of business, you're in the same career line, you're in the same path or job line or whatnot, or even for younger ones in the same class and all that. So in the university, you are in the same, is your course mate and all that, you're in the same department. And you've seen that this person has blown, this person is doing better than you. Have you sat back to think that what's your own? Because your own path is different from your friend's path, even if you are doing the same thing. And this is what boils down to knowing your purpose in God. I've said it and I'm saying this again. When you know who you are, when you know your purpose, when you know God's purpose, oh, this is, it's just like an architect. He wants to build the house. There's already this mapped out plan and of how the house is going to look like. And even we as Christians, as believers, generally as human beings, the only one that has the map to how our life is going to play out is God. So this boils down to you going back to your creator to know what is your plan for my life. So the journey seems better. The journey becomes better and it even becomes easier when you know that you are working according to plan and purpose. That you know that okay, oh, even if Colade is blowing now, me, I'm going to blow. My own, I'm still in training. This is a process. My time is still going to come. And look at how his father spoke with him. Your friend can be called to do something in a particular field. You can be called to do something in another field. This boils down to, dear young one, I like I said, I need you to watch this movie. I don't want this review to take too long because I cannot let this just go like that. It boils down to, if you're a teenager, it's not too late, as it's not too early for you to go to God to know plan for your life. You're in university, you feel like, "Ah, you actually may I have plan like this. Well, let's shall continue like that. When we go out, we shall look for one job and let me shall no. It's not too late for you. Even if you're older, and it's not too late. There's nothing that's too late for you to go back to your creator, go back to your maker, and inquire so that you will know the plan and work according to the plan. Because when you work according to plan, it's just like you are building this house. Okay, the bricklayers and builders and all that, they already know that this is a two-story building. They can't get confused along the line and say, ah, ṣé ká ṣe ní story kan àbí kó jẹ́ bungalow àbí. No, they already know. So whatever they are doing, the building materials, everything they are doing is towards achieving two-story building. So it's easier. They are not confused along the line. And even when you get confused, it's God. You can go back to Him. Uh, I know if you've not, like I said, if you've not seen this movie, please go watch it. You will definitely be blessed. So we see on my next video. God bless you.